Why is it that you can force yourself to work hard for a few days and maybe even a week? But eventually your mind rebels, procrastination creeps in, and discipline feels like punishment instead of power. Let me tell you a story. There was a young man who wanted to change his life. Not in a dramatic overnight transformation kind of way, but in the quiet, consistent way that actually works. He woke up one morning and said, "That's it. I'm done being average." He made a plan. Wake up early, exercise, work deeply, no distractions. Day 1, perfect. Day 2, still strong. Day 3, resistance. By day 5, his brain started whispering, "Why are you doing this to yourself?" And that's where most people lose. But here's the twist. What if discipline isn't supposed to feel like suffering? What if the problem isn't your willpower, but how your brain perceives discipline itself? That's exactly what we're going to break down today. 10 powerful, almost sneaky ways inspired by Marcus Aurelius that trick your brain into actually liking discipline. Let's begin. The first idea is simple, but it changes everything. Stop. Calling it discipline, the young man in our story kept saying, "I need more discipline." But every time he said that, his brain associated it with restriction, force, pressure. So he changed one word. Instead of discipline, he started calling it alignment. He wasn't forcing himself to wake up early. He was aligning with the version of himself he respected. He wasn't pushing himself to work. He was becoming someone who naturally does the work. And suddenly, his brain stopped resisting as much, because discipline feels like control, alignment feels like identity, and identity is something your brain protects. Now, here's where things get interesting. Before we go deeper, pause for a second. If you're someone who genuinely wants to take control of your mind, your habits, and even your relationships, make sure you subscribe and like this video. Because what you're about to learn isn't just about productivity. It can completely reshape how you show up in your love life, your confidence, and how others perceive you. And trust me, you'll want to watch this till the end. Now, the second idea, make discipline feel rewarding immediately. The young man realized something powerful. His brain wasn't lazy. It was just wired for instant rewards. Scrolling gives dopamine instantly. Junk food gives pleasure instantly. Discipline? It promises results later. So he flipped the system. After every disciplined action, he gave himself a small, immediate reward. Not something that ruined the habit, but something that reinforced it. Finish a workout. Play your favorite song. Complete a deep work session. Step outside and breathe. Stick to your routine. Allow a small moment of pride. And slowly, his brain started linking discipline with pleasure. That's when everything started changing. The third idea is something Marcus Aurelius lived by. Detach emotion from action. Most people wait to feel motivated before acting, but emotions are unreliable. The young man began treating actions like duties, not feelings. He told himself, "I don't need to feel like doing this. I just need to do it. Just like brushing your teeth, you don't debate it, you just do it." And over time, something strange happened. The resistance faded because the brain stopped negotiating. The fourth idea is subtle, but powerful. Shrink the task until it feels almost too easy. Instead of saying, "I'm going to work for 3 hours," the young man said, "I'll just start for 5 minutes." No pressure, no overwhelm. And once he started, he usually kept going. Because starting is the hardest part. Your brain doesn't hate work. It hates big, undefined effort. But small steps, they feel safe. The fifth idea changes how you see struggle. Reframe discomfort as progress. Every time the young man felt resistance, he used to think, "This is hard. Maybe this isn't for me." But then he changed his perspective. This feeling is growth. That tension, that resistance, that's the exact moment you're becoming stronger. And once he saw discomfort as proof of progress, he stopped running from it. He leaned into it. The sixth idea is one most people ignore. Make your environment do the work. The young man realized he was relying too much on willpower, so he changed his surroundings. Phone out of reach. Clean workspace. No distractions nearby. Suddenly, discipline didn't feel like a fight, because there was nothing pulling him away. Your brain follows the path of least resistance. So make the right path, the easiest one. The seventh idea is identity reinforcement. Every time you act with discipline, tell yourself who you are. The young man started saying, "I'm someone who shows up, not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly, consistently," and the more he repeated it, the more it became true. Because your brain believes what you repeatedly tell it, especially when your actions support it. The eighth idea is powerful, especially in today's world. Limit decisions. Decision fatigue kills discipline. The young man stopped deciding what to do every day. He created routines. Same wake-up time, same work blocks, same habits, less thinking, more doing. Because discipline isn't about making better decisions. It's about making fewer decisions. The ninth idea goes deeper than most people are willing to go. Visualize the consequences of inaction, not just the rewards of discipline, but the cost of avoiding it. The young man imagined his life 5 years later if he stayed the same. Same habits, same excuses, same results. And that scared him more than the effort required to change. Sometimes fear is a stronger motivator than inspiration. Use it wisely. And finally, the 10th idea, the one that ties everything together. Fall in love with the process, not the outcome. At first, the young man was obsessed with results. Better body, more money, more success. But results are slow. So he shifted his focus. He started enjoying the act itself. The quiet mornings, the focused work, the feeling of showing up when it's hard. And that's when discipline stopped feeling like effort and started feeling like who he was. Here's the truth most people don't realize. You don't need more motivation. You need a system that makes discipline feel natural. Because when your brain starts associating discipline with identity, reward, and purpose, you don't have to force it anymore. You start craving it. And just like the young man in our story, one day you wake up and realize something has changed. You're no longer fighting yourself. You're finally on your own side. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.